Hey everybody, thank you. Sorry for the delay in tuning in. For all of you coming on virtually, apologize for that. I restarted my computer and apparently I had a ton of updates, so that's what was going on here. But welcome to the Discover Arbonne, everybody, and welcome to our monthly meeting. Can't believe it's already November. Lots of exciting things going on, lots exciting things to share tonight. But first, before I even introduce myself, I want to introduce our first person to share a little bit about Arbonne, and that is Katie, who is an area manager, soon to be regional vice president in Arbonne. So thank you, Katie.
Awesome. Do you have the presentation up here? Should I pull it up on?
Oh, can you pull it up?
Yeah, I might just
Do you have it with you, Kelly?
Does anyone have the Discover Arbonne Liker ready to go? No. Okay. Patience, everyone.
I know.
How much of it do you want me to?
You can just,
Okay, just keep going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever you did last time. Sorry, we have the computer here, so no. So it won't be on there.
I think there is a way to do that. Bob needs to show you. Remember how he pulled it up on the screen?
Is that on YouTube too?
No, so you
Zoom,
changed to
yeah.
YouTube.
I mean, yeah, it automatically uploads.
Sorry, just want to find it here.
And if you want to start sharing your story, I can always pull it up on my phone.
Yep, I know it's on the site somewhere.
Okay.
If you want to find it, I just can't remember which tab it's under. It's in there, some training maybe. So I'm Katie. I know I've met a few of you, and hello to everyone that's online. I'm an area manager with Arbonne, as Michelle said, and I'm so excited tonight because I get to share about the AIT training a little bit later. But a little bit about me. Coming up on 26 weeks pregnant, so my Y just got a whole lot bigger. I started Arbonne very skeptical of not so much the products and the business, but of myself. I had gone to a healthy happy hour, spa night kind of thing for some wine and girlfriends because I was working 4 jobs at the time as an OT. And while I loved being an occupational therapist, I was feeling really drained right away. And I thought, you know what, I can't keep doing this for the next 5, 10, 20 years or I'm going to get really burnt out. And so when I went that night and listened, a seed was planted. Just like we know, sometimes seeds have to be planted multiple times before they start to grow. So before I left that night, my sponsor gave me her skincare set to try, and I went home. Within about 24 hours, I saw a big difference in my skin. I'd always looked for more natural products to use, but nothing was really working. So I did my research and really found that Arbonne was a great company who really stood behind their ingredient policy. And so when I met back up to order the skincare set from my sponsor, Lindsay, she asked, are you working all these jobs because you want to or because you have to? And I was like, I don't really know why I'm working all of these jobs. I think you just get used to doing that. You get used to the income and you don't really realize that you're trading time for money. So I offered to host something at my house. And when I did, I listened a little bit closer that night. And I thought, you know what, I think if she can do this, I can do it. She's a physical therapist. She's working around her busy life. I think I can do this too. And then I can really get behind the products, like I said. And so I said, if I was going to do something like this, it had to be a company that I could represent. And so I started out with a small dream. I said, you know what, I really just want to make a few $100 extra just to cover some of these PRN jobs that I'm working, help cover some student loans and some bills that I have. And I realized really quickly how possible that was and how doable just by talking to people and spreading the word that people are looking for products like this. And then I realized it was already starting to change my life and my husband's life that I had to start sharing the opportunity more. And so I promoted to district manager in a couple months and area manager in about 5 months. And I'm so excited to really build my team and grow even more and go to region because it just means that many more lives have been touched and have been changed. And my bigger vision and goal now is to be able to travel and use my skills as an occupational therapist to treat kids and different populations around the world that really don't have access to healthcare, and having that time freedom and financial flexibility to be able to do that, as well as be able to stay at home with my baby as long as I can and not have to rush back to work and be able to go be an OT because I love it and not because I have to. And so wherever you're at, you know, if your story doesn't, my story doesn't resonate with you, know that there's every type of person in Arbonne. And so we have all kinds of stories to share with you guys, but that is mine. And Michelle has the DA pulled up, so thank you.
If you just, I couldn't get back in, but just go to your message. I just messaged it to you on Facebook.
Thank you.
Yes. And it went through. I got the notification. If not, I have it right here in my inbox.
Awesome. I need to save it to my phone too. Okay, so we're going to talk about the opportunity tonight. So what is Arbonne? What really stands us apart from so many other companies out there? We're botanically based, so that means we have high standards. We have vegan products. We have their non-GMO, and we have over 37 years of experience and tradition. And that's huge because we know that the company is not going anywhere. We can really leave a legacy to our families, but there's also only 1 to 3% brand awareness. So there's still people out there. I talked to someone today who had never heard of Arbonne before. So there's such an opportunity for growth and expansion. We have cutting edge research and development. We have people that are third-party validators with the Mayo Clinic involved. We have people that have developed the Genius Ultra device, which if you're interested in anti-aging, that's a great device for you, that third-party people developed for Arbonne. And so we know that our ingredients and our policies are really good. We're also a very passionate culture of independent consultants, which really stood out to me when I was looking at the opportunity, because I have always been a more positive person, and I noticed that the work environment that I was working in was not so positive, and I wanted to be a part of something bigger than me, and I knew that there was more to life, but I wasn't sure really how to get it. And so being a part of Arbonne, I found people like me that are like-minded and want to do more. We're also a global opportunity, so we are in 7 countries, going in 8. So who do you know? Because we are in Taiwan, Australia, New Zealand. We're going into Germany next year. We're also in the UK and Canada. And I'm probably forgetting a country, but we're in a lot of countries. Poland, yes, thank you. Great compensation plan, which I'll talk about in a little bit. As an area manager above, your business is willable down 3 generations. So if something were to happen to me, I can leave my business to someone else. And we have a very experienced, committed home office team. If you have any issues, call up customer service, and they're super helpful, as well as our distribution center, that everything can be delivered straight to your door. And we have 2, one in California and one in Indiana. So the product advantage, like I talked about briefly, we're plant-based, botanically inspired. We're built on Swiss heritage, which is huge because in Europe, there's over 1,400 chemicals that are banned. In the US, there's only about 14. And so we really encourage people to be their own watchdogs and to educate themselves. And I really feel like I'm less of a salesperson and more of an educator because I get to share with people, you know, what to look out for the ingredients, why they're dangerous, why they're carcinogenic, and that we don't have those nasties in our products. And they're sourced from around the globe. And they're clinically tested, never tested on animals, which is a huge benefit to me. I'm a huge animal lover. And yeah, vegan, gluten-free, kosher, and more. They have a very long list of things that we formulate without. So if you guys have ever heard of rendering plants, in the United States, they actually allow these animal rendering factories. And so it could be things like roadkill on the side of the road that they find and grind up, and the oil that rises to the top is what they put in the skincare and cosmetics that are regulated here in the United States. And so we don't use any of that in Arbonne, and that made me feel really good because I didn't even know that was an issue until I educated myself more. We don't have artificial flavors or fragrances, no mineral oil, which is a byproduct of the gasoline industry, no parabens, SLES, so there's a long, long list of things that you can find that we don't have. What's also amazing is that not only are we consumable and things wash down the drain, but we have something for everyone. So we have things from nutrition, skincare, detox spa products, baby care, makeup. There's really everything. And so I have a huge population of people that I get to serve because Arbonne offers so much. We're not pigeonholed into one category. You know, you might buy a purse once a year or maybe once a season, but with Arbonne, you're going to need to, you know, restock up on your shampoo and your skincare and nutrition. And so you build a really great client base because of that. So our two main lines are the anti-aging and the nutrition. And our anti-aging really came head to head recently when they tested with a #1 dermatology brand, but cleaner ingredients. And so it's really state of the art. You see visible results. Like I said, I saw results within 24 hours. And we have one for men and women, but we do have some men that use the women's one. And so it's not really, just depends on what works for your skin. We have 5 different lines, but the anti-aging is what really put Arbonne on the map. So the Genius Ultra, like I briefly talked about, ultrasound technology. You can use it on things like cellulite, stretch marks, uneven skin tone, so many different things. And Arbonne's the only company that I'm aware of that has this device for at-home use. People pay hundreds of dollars for one treatment at an esthetician or dermatologist for these treatments, and we have it for at-home use. The 30-day program is really transforming people's business. I'm so thankful that I entered into the business when that was part of it, but it hasn't always been. And it's really catapulting people's businesses because the skincare, you know, people order every 4 to 6 months maybe, but the nutrition, people are reordering every single month because they run out and it works and they feel better using it. And so it's something that you can stock your cabinets with every month. What's great about it is it's dairy, soy, and gluten-free. So anyone with any kind of allergies can use it. Vegan certified and low glycemic. Any sweeteners that are in it are going to be stevia or cane sugar. So what's network marketing? Well, I've learned recently, over the last year of doing this, that is the most brilliant form of business because you cut out all the middlemen and basically the consultants earn a paycheck instead of all these other people in the middle. So you skip the manufacturer, the wholesaler, warehouser, sales force, and retailers. And at that point, all the price is getting marked up. Whereas with network marketing, it goes straight from the distribution center to the consumer. And our job is simply to help serve people and guide them for what they're needing. And we get a thank you paycheck for that. So it's marketing and distributing a product simply via word of mouth, getting people together and sharing the products with them. It allows for a flexible schedule and a lifestyle choice. So like I said, we're global. Michelle and I were recently in Mexico and we were able to work our business from our cell phone. We don't have to worry about overhead. We don't have to worry about any of, you know, oh, I'm only going to get paid if I showed up to work. I was really struggling with that a few months ago because I was working in outpatient home health. If my client didn't show up, I didn't get paid. And I was like a slap in the face, like, why are you not building this Arbonne business more? Because you can get paid when you're not working. And, you know, it's about consistency, not working it constantly. And so it's just a beautiful, beautiful business because you can be really anywhere in the world. We have people that live in Tanzania and have their business, even though Arbonne's not in Tanzania. So really the best way to do it, there's experience, share, and sell products better. So what we teach people to do is simply redistribute the money that they're already spending on products towards Arbonne that are safer, pure, and actually beneficial for your skin. So you stop buying skincare products in the retail stores and paying their overhead, and you start enjoying the benefits of products. We have superior products at a discount from your own Arbonne business or shopping at a discount, and you get paid when other people purchase Arbonne products from you, as well as we can teach you how to earn money back in your paycheck from what you buy as well. And you simply share with other people how to do the same thing, how to buy better, healthier, and safer products. We're also at the cornerstone right now of online marketing and you know, health and wellness. Both of those are huge. You know, Macy's stores are closing, all these department stores are closing, and so the fact that we simply teach people to shop online, that's not going anywhere. And so that in and of itself is very smart shopping. So I'll briefly go over the compensation plan because I feel like you're probably like, what about the money? So there's only 4 levels of management in Arbonne, which I love because it's very simple. And district manager is the very first level. So you can absolutely earn a paycheck as a consultant. You can earn money right away. You don't have to wait until you know, you get people under you or anything like that. It's really up to you. So district manager, the average is about $250 to $1,000 a month. And people can get there in a few months. The average is about 7 months. And what we love is it's your own journey. We're not managing people. We're showing you what's possible, but you do with it what you want. That's all I was looking for, like I said, was a few $100s in the beginning. And so that's district manager. Area manager is the second level. And that is where you get to will your business, like I said. So that's where I'm at. That ranges from about $1,000 to $4,000 a month. So that you're able to cover, your mortgage maybe, or, bigger bills, car payments, things like that can be covered. And for a lot of people, it's income replacing. The average time is about 15 months. You can get there a lot quicker if people do that in 1 month or, 2 years. It's your journey, like I said. Regional vice president is when you get your $800 cash bonus in your paycheck. I'm so looking forward to for any white Mercedes that you want. And I love yours, Michelle. It's beautiful. So that ranges anywhere from about $4,000 to $14,000 a month. And the great thing about that is that will be income replacing for me. But it also means that you've just served a lot of people. So it's not so much about the car, but more about all the people that you've helped, and embrace this lifestyle and find more financial and time freedom in their life. So the average there is about 2 years. 2 to 3 years. So national vice president is the top level of the company. And there's no cap. Lately I've heard, and I saw this actually as an OT, is really 1% to 3% is the average of a raise that you might get, working for corporate or working for a company. But with Arbonne, you create whatever paycheck and whatever raise you want. And I love that because at national vice president, really, once you're there, it's whatever you want to make of it. The average is about $22,000, but I met so many people on the trip that have $1 million businesses. So it's whatever you want it to be. The average is about 3 to 5 years to get there, and you get a little bit more in your paycheck for your white Mercedes. You get $1,000 towards your car at that level. So there's 3 ways to win. There's client, or preferred client, and that simply means you get great products, and if you become a preferred client, you get them at a discount, 20 to 40% off. They actually launched this month an amazing program where, if you are interested in products, we will talk to you about that afterwards, but the free gifts are just amazing. Same list as consultants, more free shipping opportunities. So it's a really great system for preferred clients. Independent consultant, the average, you save anywhere from 35 to 50% off. It's a very competitive compensation plan. And of course, you can earn your Mercedes-Benz, personal growth and development, which I'll talk about a little bit when I talk about the AIT trip. And there's only $79 to start a business. Most people spend thousands upon thousands of dollars when they open a business. And with Arbonne, you get everything you need for $79. Or the opportunity to host. You earn free products at a generous discount, but you can also introduce people to us, send us referrals. Michelle, do you want to wrap up?
Yeah, perfect. Great job. I always love having other people share. So briefly, I'm going to share just a little bit about my story, and then I will wrap up for sure. So some of you guys know me. Some of you who are watching this video probably have never seen me before. And, but I just want to share just a little bit about my journey in Arbonne. So I am Michelle Newman. I am a regional vice president in Arbonne. Most importantly, an independent consultant. I say that because, like Katie said, we all start at the same level in this business, and you get out of it what you put into it. So my journey started 3 years ago, and I am a busy mom. I have a 6-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son who are just go, go, go. You can imagine what my house has been like this week after Halloween. So, anyway, a little bit about me. I'm a speech language pathologist and a behavior analyst by trade. Love my career. My specialty is non-vocal children with autism. Very gratifying, very reinforcing. But having young kids at home, it was a real struggle for me because I was working so hard with other people's children, and I really felt like I came at home and sometimes had nothing left for my own. And that was a challenge for me. If you would have told me I'd be standing here as a regional vice president in Arbonne or any other social marketing company, I would have laughed in your face. Like, I was a friend who didn't want to go to a home party. I avoided them at all costs. And the only reason I went to my first one was because my mother-in-law bribed me. And she told me she'd buy me something if I went. But I was asked 2 questions. And the first question is, where will you be in 5 years? Exactly what you're doing today. and you change nothing, especially time-wise and financially. And, you know, what does that look like for you? Are you happy with that? Are you satisfied? And that hit me like a ton of bricks, because I was like, well, we all know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And I was like, you know, if I don't change anything in my life, I don't see anything changing. So I decided I was going to jump in and do some business, and call my husband on the way home, and I always caution everyone, don't survey your friends and your family. But I said, I'm going to do this thing called Arbonne. It's going to be amazing. And I'm going to get a free Mercedes. And my husband's like, it's a pyramid scheme. Nobody ever gets the free Benz, which is in the parking lot, like Katie said. Nobody gets the free Mercedes. And then what he said that scared me the most was, where do you possibly see yourself fitting this in? You're already working as a speech language pathologist, covering someone's behavior analyst maternity leave. You're teaching fitness classes. You're teaching a graduate course at a university about 45 minutes to an hour away from our house. Like, and all you want to do is be a present parent. And at the time, my daughter was 13 months old. And I was like, he's right. So I didn't do it. And when you jump into something like this, you'll always have fear. Any big life decision, fear, right? But we say that that's false evidence appearing real. But it was really real for me, and I didn't do it. I listened to my husband, and I, you know, stepped back. But a year and a half later, when she called me, I said, well, how's Arbonne going? Meanwhile, I had an 8-week-old son, a 2-year-old daughter. I was in a brand new state. I was still working because, again, I changed nothing and nothing changed. And she was like, oh, I'm earning my Mercedes. I went to Puerto Rico, paid for by Arbonne. I'm going to Los Cabos, paid for by Arbonne. I'm retiring from teaching early because I'm making more with Arbonne than I am using my master's plus 30 as an educator in New Jersey. And I was like, oh, I know that's a very generous income, you know? And I'm like, wow, like that to me is incredible. So I decided I was going to jump in, and I was going to do this for me and my family. I didn't tell my husband, and I don't recommend that, but I did it for me and for my family. And it has been the most rewarding and gratifying experience of our lives. And my husband will tell you the same. Because a year after I joined Arbonne, I had earned my first Arbonne incentive trip to on the Oasis of the Seas for my husband, 2 kids, and I. 2 days before the trip, my husband lost his job. Completely unexpected. His whole team got let go. And you know, we were savers. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months goes by. It wasn't long before Arbonne was paying my mortgage. It wasn't long before Arbonne was keeping my daughter in her gymnastics classes and putting groceries on our table. And that's when I realized, like, this isn't about me. This is truly about this. This is about sharing something that has changed my family in such a way. It's done so much for our family. It's kept our home over our heads, you know, and with my husband unemployed, because a year later we figured out before our next Arbonne incentive trip, and he had 50 applications, 8 interviews, 3 second interviews later, he was still looking for work. You know, and finally he decided to start his own business, which has been a blessing for our family, and to have us both present and make our own schedules. And I retired because of Arbonne. I was able to retire from the schools at the age of 34. Be a present parent, be my daughter's classroom mom, pull my son out of daycare, put him in preschool at our church. You know, these are all things that because of Arbonne I've been able to do. I've been able to develop some of the most amazing friendships, and you guys know, because a lot of you guys, you know, we're really close. And, you know, all of this is because of Arbonne. So you can probably think of 50 million reasons why it won't work for you, right? And what if it doesn't, right? You know, but I want you to ask yourself, what if it does? What if this does work for you and your family? So I promoted to regional vice president 23 months after I started my business. I have friends who did it in 6 months. Like Katie was saying, it's really your journey, right? But, you know, and I think, where will I be in 5 years from when I started my Arbonne business? Guys, I'm only on year 3. And I have no doubt December 31st of this year, we're going to be a nation. And that's that top level of the company. And I just think of all of the lives that we're changing and we're transforming through this gift. Did I know when I was praying at night what I was praying for, that it would come in the shape of Arbonne, health and wellness, right? No, but here we are today. You know, and why Arbonne and why now? Number one, it's consumable products. These products wash down the drain, okay? People are reordering, like Katie said, the nutrition every single month. right? I know I don't run out of my vitamins. I was texting today. I'm like, I need more snack bars and I have a race on Saturday. Can somebody lend me some bars? You know, it was like a crisis because my shipment probably will come till Monday. So, but my point is that, you know, these are consumable products, the shampoo, the deodorants, right? And there are a wide range of products. We have something for everybody and they're all consumable. Demand for health and wellness. You go into Walmart. I mean, you go into Walgreens and it's like gluten-free, non-GMO, right? This, and you go on Facebook and it's on your news feed about, you know, roadkill and lipsticks. And, you know, people want to be informed consumers. Today, I will tell you, I could not sell you a vacuum to save my life, you know, but I can educate people on healthier choices. I can share something that I'm passionate about. I can share a business opportunity that probably saved my marriage, right? This to me is powerful. So you have this demand, you have the ability to leverage your time. And that's huge. My husband, my kids, and I, we love camping. And the fact that I can be away camping for a weekend and my business continues to grow 5,000, 6,000, whatever it is, right? In volume, while I'm disconnected from the world, right? That's called residual income. You think about Michael Jordan, who hasn't picked up a basketball in how many years? He's still getting checks from those shoes, right? Every time his commercial airs, like, right? That's residual income. We have the opportunity for a residual income, multi-million-dollar business that you can run from your cell phone right now. Why Arbonne, guys? Because we're exploding as an industry. More millionaires are coming out of health and wellness and home-based, internet-based businesses than any other industry out there. So I know where this train is going, right? So you can either be waving, right? Or you can hop on board because we are looking for people to link arms and come with us. And of course, we talked about these common fears. I don't have enough time. How much time do you really think you need? The only thing you're really changing is your conversation. Right? People are looking for this. It's so easy. It comes up organically all the time. I don't have enough money. Okay, isn't that the reason why you would do this business? Are you going to have any more money if you don't jump on board, right? I don't know enough people. Well, when I started my business, I had only lived in this area for about 6 months. I knew very few people in the area. But I will tell you, I have an amazing team who I'm sure is watching in Tennessee. Okay, I did not know anybody in Tennessee. I sponsored a coworker who's a speech pathologist who sponsored another speech pathologist who sponsored her friends from church who sponsored had her launch, and her neighbor's daughter-in-law happened to be staying with her and kicked her out the door to come to that event. And now Kelly Ranson is an area manager in Tennessee with an amazing business. So it's not who you know. You can know one people and have a successful Arbonne business. What will people think? People don't think that much about you. That's a tough lesson to learn, but it's true. We're so worried about that. And what am I getting into? And I always tell people, I'm like, I hope that you have Arbonne insomnia after tonight, because most times as a guest you do. And as a guest, you're invited here because we see something in you that we want to help and support. We don't just ask anybody with a pulse to come to these meetings or to watch this video. So really it's not about, you know, a sale. It's truly about adding value to your life. Like that is what we do in Arbonne, is we look to add value, whether it's through our pure and safe products, whether it's through this amazing business opportunity, through building relationships and friendships, and whatever this is for you, whatever the reason, you know, that's what we're looking at. So what are you getting into? You're getting into amazing relationship building. You're getting into an incredible income, a support team. Everything's already done for you. You don't have to, you know, it's a copy-paste system. It's simple. So I want to encourage you to dream big. You are where you are today because of the choices that you made yesterday, right? If you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years? And do you like that picture? And you know, are you prepared for impact? If God forbid something happened to your primary source of income, we were prepared for a few months, right? But could we have survived a year? No, we'd probably be in my in-law's basement. You know, I mean, really. So, and instead of asking yourself again, what if it doesn't work? Really dream big. I want you to think what this could do for you. What if it does? So thank you guys so much for being here. We do have some recognition. So I want to share our recognition of people who are on track to earning the holiday party. So in our region, in our nation, we have a holiday party. So one of the first people that I'm going to recognize is Heidi. Yay! I know.
Just because they're wonderful?
Because of the holiday party.
Oh, that's right.
She's like, I don't know what I did. Why am I getting it? So
Bye, Heidi. Thank you.
take care, Heidi. It was so nice meeting you in person. So that for us, just so that you guys know, the holiday party requires your building block. So you have to do your 2,500 building block for 2 months and have at least 2 new personally sponsored. And so although they did not earn it yet because they have to do it for 2 months, October and November, they both earned it in their first month. And I say they both, so clearly, Kelly. Come on up. You also are on track for your holiday party. So, yay. And then we have other people as well. We have Sherry Mays, who's on, she also bonused her district this month. Yeah. I know. Sarah Letter in New Jersey, Melissa Beverly in Maryland, Lauren Lay in New Jersey. So congratulations, guys. I can't wait to celebrate with you and you guys who are local. Just so you know, we do have a local holiday party as well. So last year we went to Fahrenheit and had a really good time for brunch. So we did a brunch holiday party. So district managers and qualification, we have Karen Bott in New Jersey, Chris Donga in New Jersey, Patricia Hogan in New Jersey, Casey Jackson in North Carolina, Katie Krupe in New York City, Lori Lloyd in South Carolina, Natalie Mashburn in Tennessee, Robin Mullis in South Carolina, and Elaine Newman, who is not related to me, isn't that funny, in New Jersey or Pennsylvania? I think New Jersey. Okay, then we also have an area manager in qualification. Yay! So Kelly Mack, come up again.
That is super exciting.
Oh, yay! So, and what that means is she is in qualification for her second big promotion and 1 step away from earning that Mercedes. And then top sponsoring, this girl deserves some props, and I'm sure she's watching live. Melissa Beverly, 18 new at 150. Wow. In her central district.
Yeah.
I know, and inches away from her DM bonus. So great job, great month, guys. So I'm gonna do a little bit of training for the consultants that are on and for you guys. I want to keep it pretty concise, but I do want to encourage you because everything's on the source. So with the new specials, with the rollout, you know, everything is on the source. And for you consultants who are on here or in the room, just remember, like, I love how Katie talked about it, and that's the way you want to share it with people. This is really exciting because we have free shipping now for 150 orders. My preferred clients love when they have free shipping, right? So that is huge. And then of course, you know, for the 250, just like consultants, they get that free product and they get to pick from the same as consultants. That's
the Genius.
Yeah, they're on that list. So, so just knowing that that's the perfect reason right now. In addition, I think it's also huge that we have the one, you know, that we also have the free shipping for consultants. Like, how exciting is that on your first order as a brand new consultant that you can get free shipping? That's really sweet that we have that. So just know there is an awesome document. It's a side-by-side comparison that's on the source, and it says like before and after or something. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it's like before, and then it has the specials that previously existed, and then as of November 1st, what they are. So that's really good for you guys. It's also good to share with your teams. I always am all about sending my team to the source. You on my team know. I'm like, it's on the source, right? Because we want to be independent, we want them to be independent consultants, but letting them know that it's there. There's also, and I know Heidi sent it to me, and I had watched, I think Kelly and I had watched it just before, but there's a great training that Ashley Good did on all the changes too. So just to kind of share that, because again, I used to be, when I was a new area and even well into being an area, I would like poor baby my team and I'd be like, what do you need? Okay, let me go look it up and I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to do this. And it's like, if you can do it for, yeah, some of you guys are nodding because you know. And I used to do that, and you think about it as you grow, can you realistically do that for everybody? Is that duplicatable? And for people who are working full time, who have like 50 million things on their plate, right? Can they do that for their team? And if they're like, oh, well, she's doing all this, look at how busy she is. So don't make more work for yourself. If it's on the source, or if it's on your nation's website, or wherever it is, send people there. Because you want them to be independent. We're independent consultants. Independent, not codependent and not dependent. So I just wanted to point that out, but definitely make sure that you are referring people there for that. And I totally jumped into that, but do you guys recognition, bonuses? Okay, all right. So, so I'm gonna have Katie come up and train. I'm really excited for her to share. I absolutely loved having her on this trip with us. And my husband, it was so funny. He's like, do you know Katie? She goes to Anka. I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, her husband's so awesome. We were just playing soccer and he was teaching Olivia like all these soccer things. And I was like, because Carson was like napping on the chair by the pool. I think I posted a picture on Facebook of him like racked out, drooling, like after like so much fun and out fresh air. And so Livy comes back all sweaty and Justin comes back all sweaty. And they're like, I got to get in the pool. I need my water. And I'm like, what in the world? And they're like, yeah, you know Katie. I'm like, oh my gosh. So anyway, so I loved it's so funny. But I loved having you on this trip. So come over here. Here's your rose for sharing, and I'm gonna have you go ahead and share your training.
Thank you. And I'll keep it super quick, but I think more than anything, this trip really built my vision and my belief for what's possible in this business. I think sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm working, but is it really worth it? And you start having those fears come up, and so for me, it was like, oh my gosh, if all of these people can do it, and they all start at the same place I did, and they have these incredible businesses and they're incredible people. So I just encourage everyone to go for the trip, number one, because it casts vision on what's possible for your life. It builds your belief to a whole nother level, and it takes your business to another level. So even if you don't earn the trip, you guys, your business will be in a different place because you went for it. So I encourage you, as soon as it opens, to go ahead and register
tomorrow,
for it.
Right?
I think it's early.
I think they're announcing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Rumor has it. I don't know if that's not.
So yeah, I don't want to say the date because I don't know for sure. But rumor has it like that. It is opening this month instead of next month, and I'll talk a little bit more about why that's so important in a minute. So my intention really is to share with you what's possible, that it is possible and very doable, and it'll grow your business if you decide. And that's what R1 is. It's like once you make that decision and you go for it and you get into activity, it's amazing what can happen. And I had just started my business last July, kind of even just dabbling last July, and then August I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then I didn't even mention in my story that I got laid off in November. Michelle's husband got, unexpectedly laid off. I got laid off as a therapist. And so as I was going into area qualification and I got laid off, it hit me hard, but I was like, you know what, I'm growing this business. I have this cushion. And so it gave me that like motivation even to build it that much more and to really go for the trip. So if you are looking to go area, region, nation, and beyond, someone knocking on the door?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're really looking to go to the next level in the business, there were lots of area managers there, region, of course, nations there. I'm really talking to you guys if you are looking to take it to the next level, because everyone deserves it, like to go on this trip. And that's what I love, is sharing it, because people are looking for this opportunity and you all deserve it if you decide to work for it. Not only that, it'll really grow your leadership skills, because one of the reasons I decided to really go for it is because I knew I would develop the skills that it took to build this business, because I am very introverted and I get nervous talking in front of people. I was like, you know what, if I can do this, like anyone can. So it's kind of setting that bar for your team on what's possible once you decide to go, and you do go. I mean, then people are like, okay, gosh, if all these people are going, I can too. And so what the trip really is focused on, and I don't know if it's always been this way, but I know it's really focused on building your central district, which means that anyone can do it. So it's not building your central nation or your region, or it's anyone, that's going for a district, really any level. If you start today, you can go for the trip. And which is huge, because it's almost just like been an aha moment for me recently, how important it is to be in personal activity, which I've always known, because you want to build your business regardless, and you need to be in personal activity to do that. But that's going to build your leadership skills, because people don't follow managers or people that manage them. They follow leaders and people. So if you're in that activity and you're growing your central district, you're going to find people who want to build a business too. And so the two things that you really need to go for the business are, like I said, leading from the front and leading by example and not managing your team. So just having that leadership and knowing that you're filling your calendar, you're doing what it takes to build your personal business. And then duplication and promoting others. And what I really found is that we have so many people to serve in this business. Like we have this opportunity, and people are really praying for this change in their life, and we can impact so many people. And that's how you duplicate, is finding people who are looking for this and sharing it as much as you can, and finding joy in that personal activity, not like checking web stats and are my numbers growing or anything. Well, of course, they're not a personal activity.
So true. It's crazy too how your team duplicates what you do. If
Yes.
you're not in personal activity, all of a sudden you're like,
right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so true.
So Debbie Neal, if you don't know, has actually a call out, which I am not in her success line at all, but I love her calls. If you ever just need a moment of can we take in this energy? She's someone that promoted to MVP in 6 months. And so again, everyone has their own journey, but she just has a lot of passion and conviction. So if you ever need a good call, listen to her. But she has one on the trip. And she says, we get to create our own raise. She said she's always been a hard worker, right? We're all hard workers in our one, or, you don't stick around very long if you're not. You have to have a work ethic. And we can sell and sponsor and build and promote as much as we want. So it's so important to share that opportunity for others. So I'm going to talk quickly about the perks and why it was so worth it for me to go. Of course, it was all inclusive, all you can eat, beautiful beaches, waterfront, and the water was super clear. I did not feel like I was just in Mexico, like tropical paradise. It was amazing. And of course, the food, you can get whatever you want, unlimited. My husband loved the gelato bar.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, we were getting close to leaving. I think within 10 minutes, the bus was coming for us, and he's like, let's just go one more time. And ran over there. And it was raining that day too.
Yeah.
And he was like, I need my last gelato. So we're going to do the 30 days starting on Monday, because we had a lot of gelato. The excursion, so we got to go on a sunset sail. Of course, being pregnant, I didn't do any of the, I did hear some pregnant women did some of the pretty crazy excursions, but I was being more on the safe side, I guess. We did a sunset sail. And, we got resort credits, it was all included. Everything was included. So, but more than that, it was the networking opportunities and the culture of the people that I got to be around, and the training. I think one of the more valuable things I got from is that one day of training from all these top leaders in our company. If nothing else, you want to go just to hear from them on how they built these businesses, and how many lives that they've changed because they decided to take this opportunity. And I think what makes me emotional sometimes when I think about it is my husband's vision more than anything. Like Michelle said, her husband was super skeptical at first, and her marriage has been transformed because of this. Well, my husband is a soccer coach, and while he loves what he doesn't make a whole lot. But it's for him, he's always supported me. Okay, do this, Arb. I don't know where you're going to fit it in. But now over time, he's it's not really for me, but I'm gonna support you. I see it's giving you passion and you love doing it. But now we were in the airport, you guys, after the trip, and he was talking to people about Arb, and I was like, you're braver than I am. Look at you now. I mean, he's
exactly my first AIT trip. That's where Justin had his shift.
Yes. I mean, he really should. And now he's sending me numbers of people that he's talked to. I mean, I don't know if he'll ever work the business the way I do it, but he's a part of it now, and that he got to like play volleyball with these top leaders in the company that I admire so much, and just chat with husbands of, you know, people that have, their families' lives have been transformed. So that really, like you said, they played soccer together. That really did it for me. And that was one of the main reasons I honestly wanted to earn the trip, was for him to really capture that vision. So it was less about me and like, okay, what can I get Alfredo involved in to really let him know why I'm so passionate about this. And it really did. It expanded his vision tremendously. So something else that I thought was really cool was the resort made a really great review about the Arbonne consultants too. And I don't know if y'all have seen that, but they said they've never experienced kinder, more humble, generous people at that resort. So it was really like, you could tell that Arbonne showed heart at the resort, which is what we're made of. And we really went to serve them. I mean, people were tipping, you know, every chance they got, and just treating the people really well, not like, you know, greedy CEOs like, oh, you need to, you know, serve me. It was like they really felt like they were well taken care of as employees there. So what I did last December was, once the trip was launched, I was like, I'm going to go for this. And I had no idea how I was going to make it happen, because the QV, if you're just starting the business, it's going to look crazy, the amount of QV that you need. But I'm telling you, it's possible because I did it. But in December, they'll announce what it is, and they'll have pictures of it. And I made that my background picture on Facebook. So whenever it came up, that was my reminder, like, I am earning that. And so it's just like having a vision board or something like that. Makes something a reminder that that's what you're going for. And I kept it up, I think, for the full 6 months until I earned the trip. So the cool thing is as far as we know, in the next few days, we should know about what the next trip is going to be. This month, they're actually doubling your PQV. So next month, it will be your central district. Starting next month, anything in your central district will count towards volume. But this month, any preferred clients that you sign up and anything that you buy will count towards the trip, and they'll double it. So like, start working your business now, because we all know if you are consultants or if you're brand new, guess what? Like, it really comes in 90-day cycles. So start working it now, and you're going to see it come to fruition. Yeah, so double central district next line, which that really helped me too. So last November, by December 1st, I was an area manager. So if I had 10 or more, like, that was at least 20,000 in volume that went towards the trip. So what will happen? So for like, what's going to happen when you go for the trip? In other words, so you're going to build your skill set. You're going to become a better consultant by committing to the journey. You're going to go through a lot of personal growth, because you are looking to take your business to the next level. But the good news is you win either way, because even if you don't earn it, your business will be in a different place. There's also a 6-month qualification period. So let's say you're like, oh gosh, it's, you know, January and I didn't have the month I wanted in December. You still have until May to earn it, and so much can happen. And I know it was in May, and I was like, I need, you know, to find one more person that wants this, that wants to promote. And if you have a decided heart, you will find that person, and that's what happened. So really decide to fill your calendar now. Find those 30 to 40 faces, however you do it. If you do it through events, we all know that's more time efficient. One-on-ones, you know, whatever you do is fill your calendar and talk to 30 to 40 people a month, and you will get there. So really get clear on what your why is, and like, who are you building this business for and going for the trip for? And for me, I knew I was building it to show other people on our team what was possible, and also to take my husband. And so, you know, write down whatever your goals are, and make it clear. If it's your kids that you want to take on that trip, like, look at them and say, I'm earning this trip, you know, and they'll understand why you're busier, or, you know, whatever you're doing, but make them part of it. Put it on your vision board and post it, and just make a decision. Go for it.
Thank you so much. Amazing.
Okay. So next, we have something new that why does this keep popping up? We have something new that we're putting out, and I know we're doing it in our nation. And so I wanted to put it out there for local people to join up and do with us if you want to. So And so Kelly, I'm going to have Kelly come up and talk about it because we've been talking about it and she's going to take the lead on it. So if you want to come up and just share, and like I said, we'll open it up to everybody who wants to participate.
Yes, I think it would be great for all of our businesses.
Yeah, it will be really great. We're going to, I'm working on doing the adopt a grandparent for the holidays. You know, we tend to think of, you know, of course, the children and gift giving, and we forget about the elders. So I've got one assisted living home that I'm looking into. If you've got connections with another one that you want to share with me, please let me know. And what we'll do is for $20, you can get a hand lotion, a foot cream, and we'll wrap it up, and then we'll set a date and time and deliver it to them. And we'll also get our kids involved. The kids can make cards. We'll go to the assisted living home and deliver these gifts for them. And so I'll have more information here in the next day or so, a little bit on which assisted living facility we choose, how many they have in that home, and then open it up and share with everyone. And you know, they can adopt a grandparent. And I know, I mean, that is so near and dear to my heart. You know, we all love our grandparents, and you know, there's so many in these assisted living homes. They might not have family that come and see them and bring them gifts. And
one
so
I reached out to, I think, before previously had less than 40% visitation. Like,
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine?
That's-
Like,
I could not imagine.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's, you know, it will be a great program to do for this holiday season. So stay tuned for that. Definitely gonna have more information on that. But again, it'll be a nice hand cream, Arbonne hand cream, foot lotion that will be wrapped and given to them. And then even if, you know, you want your kids to participate, but they can't actually go with this, have them make the card, and we'll definitely take it, because I definitely want my kids will be involved with it. So stay tuned for that. It will definitely be a great program for the holiday season. Let me make sure I didn't leave anything out regarding that. No, but again, we'll, you know, and if we get, you know, if there are 100 elders in the home and we get more than that, you know, I definitely am gonna, you know, make sure, you know, I've got others, you know, on my list that we can deliver gifts to, or whatever we need to do for that. So stay tuned. I will get that out soon.
Thanks for reading that, Kelly.
Yes.
Thank you, Kelly. And I just want to point out what's possible. I have an area manager, Kelly Winston, I was telling you about in Tennessee. She sponsored 80 grandparents by herself, like through her preferred clients and friends on Facebook. And she really put out a very genuine, sincere video, and really just was, you know, sharing this and what it would, you know, what it meant. And the moms club she's a part of, like, they all jumped in and like made cards together and delivered them. And to look at the little, like, had like little Santa ear, you know, and just to see them go in, and the joy in these people's that it brought to these people was really powerful. So we want to duplicate that here. And I know they're also doing it in our nation in New Jersey. So I think that's really important. So I loved Katie's training on the AIT, and I want to encourage you guys just to go after every single challenge. Every challenge that Arbonne puts out, every challenge that your upline puts out, like whatever challenge it is, they're put out there to help you grow your business. And by working towards those challenges, that's how you grow to the next level, right? I mean, it's really designed to help you, you know, and I know for me, it's like, I was like, oh, like, I knew the challenges in and out. Like, I was like, check that off the list, check that off the list. You know, because it's really important to me, because, well, yes, because I'm competitive with myself, honestly, but also to show my team, right, that I'm earning every challenge out there. I'm not expecting them to do something that I'm not doing myself. And I think that that's really important as we grow in this business and as we are leaders, to lead from the front. So that's something that I just wanted to encourage you guys. And I've been reading, and I've actually just finished an amazing book, John Maxwell, No Limits. Has anyone read it yet?
I left 5.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. So I do want to talk about that, but really, I have something I want to share with you guys. I want you guys to really, like November 1st, so it's the end, right? We're nearing the end of 2017. Are you where you told yourself you would be by the end of 2017? It's a rhetorical question. You can say. No. No. I'm not. Oh.
Be real.
No. But I mean, honestly, you know, and a lot of times this is the time of year where people throw in the towel. And they're like, oh, I'm never gonna, you know, lose the 15 pounds I wanted, or oh, and I'm gonna go eat some bonbons, you know, or oh, I'm never gonna be, you know, a national vice president by December 31st, and you throw in the towel, right? It also happens the last week of the month. Every so often, actually more often than not, I talk to a leader in my organization as the end of the month approaches, like, well, I just hope to hit my maintenance. And I'm like, maintenance? You were going for every call. Or, you know, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you know, and I tell you guys this as somebody who's got big, gaudy goals for 2017. You know, am I serving my team by saying, sorry, guys, I'm going to go for halfway to nation? No, there's no growth in that. That's me being a chicken, right? So whatever you set your bar for the end of this year, now is not the time to take the easy route. Now is not the time to be comfortable and sit back. Now is the time to go back to your notes, your goal sheets, whatever you have from January 2017 or when you started your business, pull them out and do a checkup from the neck up. Got to put on your big girl panties, big boy panties maybe, underwear, I guess you don't call them panties, right? And you may, for a second, grieve about where you're at, but don't live in that grief. Don't live there. That's not serving you, and it's not serving your team, and it's not serving the people who are waiting for us to change their lives. So I really want to encourage you guys. Yes, look back at where you wanted to be. What about in June when you were halfway through the year, right? Where did you want to be then by December 31st? And then go after it. Don't erase your mirror. If you need to change the date, because I change it every month. Like, and there's next month, right? But that's okay because we're growing. And if I did not keep my eyes on where we were headed, we wouldn't grow the way that we're growing. Our leaders wouldn't be sponsoring 18 in their central district, right? Why? Because you have to continue to work your business until. And I love that. I heard that in a Learn and Burn. And sometimes we get really discouraged at a date, like at the end of the month, coming and going and not reaching a goal. Don't tell yourself, I'm going to give this 6 months, and then if it doesn't work, I'm out, right? Don't, just until. Yes, whatever it takes. Yes, have your goals, have your deadlines, because you need a deadline in order to achieve the goal, right? Don't forget to put a year, right? That happened to somebody. And don't put the next month. I think it was one of Linda Parker's, it was Linda Parker's VP training. I forget if it was Allison Bell. It was a new MVP, and she was sharing her story, and the numbers didn't play out. Maybe it was Dana Baker, but the numbers didn't play out, and the system wasn't working and wasn't updating. So she had put May 1st, 2017 as being a national vice president. Well, don't you know she didn't find out till 2 p.m. on May 1st instead of the 30 or whatever, what's it, like April 30th? So make sure you put the date and the year. But really, like, make sure that you actually are working your business until, you know, and give yourself a deadline. Go after that deadline. But don't lower the bar, raise your activity. Activity is what is going to get you from wherever you are to where you said you were going to be. And that's the only way to do it, is personal activity, team activities, whatever it is. So just remember and keep your vision close to you. You know, this is the time to really, and trust me guys, I drift too. I have not been reading my vision story every morning and every night. And I'm seeing why. It's how it's impacting my business. So I want you guys to keep your vision close to you. If you don't have a vision story, write down where you're going to be this time next year. and write it as if you're already there, right? Write as if you're already on the AIT trip next October. Write it. You're there. We don't know where, but you're there. You are there. But think of the feeling that it's going to give you, the gratification, what your spouse is going to say, how excited your kids will be, the gratification that you did this for them, that you came and you brought team, right? That you have 3 people and their families with you, whatever it is, but imagine that feeling. So I really want you guys to focus on vision. And I have to say, so Kelly will recognize this because this was the sweetest gift ever from Kelly when we went to Atlanta for Olivia. Ella gave this, her daughter gave this to Olivia. And so they have their book, right? So this is Ella. Okay, Ella drew the Arbonne logo, right? And they're doing this while we're out to dinner. They were doing many other things too. We're like, girls, behave. Arbonne with the hearts, right? And then Olivia, thank you, Arbonne. Go Arbonne. Let's go Arbonne. Let's go. And there's Arbonne. Okay, so she's 6, right? And then in my office after our meeting, I love you. I hope you go to the tippy top this year.
Aww.
They know. Like Katie said, tell them where you're going. Tell them why you're going there. They can tell you why mommy does Arbonne, to help other people. You know what my son said after trick-or-treating and the switch witch comes and takes our candy and we leave like 5 pieces each? He said, Mom, those kids in Haiti, they could use our candy. Do you think the switch witch will give them to kids in Haiti? Because they don't have kids, they don't have candy. Right, Mom? They don't have food like we have food. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. He's 3, you know? But talk to them. You're doing this to serve other people. You're doing this to help them in their future, you know, or whoever, you know, whatever your why is, does that person know? Does your team know? Does your future team know when you're sitting down with them why you do this business? Do they know that there a reason why you do this business is to share this with them? You know, so really keep that vision, that why at your forefront, because this month you've got Thanksgiving, right? We've got lots going on in our personal lives usually this time of year. Then we get into December, holidays, right? Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever, right? There are 50 million things going on that you could be pulled in 50 million directions. And if you need to set a screensaver on your phone, if you need to post it on your refrigerator and your mirror, right? If you need to have it in your car, whatever it is that you need to do, don't let the little day-to-day things pull you away from the really big thing. Because I do it too. I'm guilty of this. So especially, you know, like we start out really strong and like right now we're like, yes, it's the beginning of the month and we're gonna be unstoppable and we're gonna go nation qual and it's gonna be, and then like last month I got shingles, right? I had shingles. I mean, my son had strep. We had our trip. You know, my daughter came back and was sick. Like, you know, there were 50 million things going on, right? But it doesn't matter. Don't let it pull you away. Remember why you do this business and make sure that you're sharing with others why you're doing this business, and make sure that you're maximizing those holiday parties and those get-togethers. That's a reason to talk to people. You know, have some holiday open houses. If you know, have other people like that you have in clubs, like reading clubs or whatever, like invite them over. Say, come on over. Like, let's just hang out. We'll do cocktails or, you know, whatever, mocktails and have fun. You know, but just use this as a social opportunity to get around more people, because this is a great time of year. When people are busy, I'm like, I love it. I love when my calendar's full with other things because I've sponsored people from birthday parties. I've sponsored people from gymnastics classes. I've sponsored people from the food store, right? So just make sure that when you're busy, you're being intentional. Set your goal. I'm going to tell you guys, I've got crazy commitment right now, but in order to do what I say I'm going to do, I need crazy commitment. My goal is to reach out to 100 people a day for 2 weeks, and then 25 people a day to be realistic from right before Thanksgiving. Now, I'm not encouraging anyone else to do that. I know it's craziness, and and maybe you want to, but that's okay. Like, 20 people, do 20 people a day for a week. I bet you'll book your calendar. Go back to that 30 and 30, do 100 people in 24 hours and set your month. But if you don't have a full calendar right now, it's okay. Give yourself grace for that, but then fill your calendar, right? So whatever your goal is, whatever your commitment is, do it, and then tell your team so that they know, number one, they'll help hold you accountable, but number two, they might rise up and want to do it with you. And number three, they know that you're doing it. You're in the trenches with them. You're not sitting back, right? So again, just really important to keep that at your forefront. We have a few minutes, but I do want to share this from No Limits. So, follow through even when it hurts. And this comes from the discipline capacity. So I think this time of year, and this book, like I said, it's John Maxwell. I think most of you guys have, if you've been in the business a while, you've read John Maxwell or you know John Maxwell. He's an amazing author. He was a preacher. Like, he's just an incredible person, and he talks a lot about leadership, but he talks about several different capacities. And one of them, number 13, chapter 13, is discipline capacity, your choice to focus on now and follow through. And I think this time of year is really when it's very important. So in my book, Put Your Dream to the Test, I write, the dream is free, but the journey isn't. Okay, people usually don't quit striving for their dream because the dream isn't worthy. They quit because they aren't willing to pay the price. They're not willing to follow through with the daily disciplines needed to achieve the dream. To be successful, we need to know and do what we should, even when it hurts. And I think that's really powerful. Self-discipline is the fuel that keeps you going, the willingness to hold on in spite of problems, the power to endure. This is a winner's quality. Speaker and author Tony Robbins says, I believe that life is constantly testing us for our level of commitment, and life's greatest rewards are reserved for those who demonstrate never-ending commitment to act until they achieve. To act until they achieve. And you cannot manage your life. This was another quote that he put in here. You cannot manage your life if you do not manage yourself. So really just think about that. And to me, that was really powerful. I think right now, with, like I said, the holidays coming, and it's easy to step back and let go of the goals that we committed to at the beginning of the year. It's easy to step back and really say, I've got this going on, I've got that going on. I've literally left urgent care, dropped my kids off. My son had strep, and I came here and hosted our meeting last October, first Thursday of October. I didn't tell anybody. Like, some of you guys knew because I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm gonna. But really, it didn't matter. I was committed to being at this meeting. I won't miss a meeting, So I think it's important, if you're truly committed to something, and you guys know because you're here, right? But really, if you're truly committed, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's your commitment, and your commitment comes first. So anyway, I just want to encourage you guys this month and next, and as we close out this year, to be disciplined. Really stay focused, paint that vision huge, and decide, and then do whatever it takes until 1 a.m., December 31st, to make sure that you're closing out the year where you said you were, because you said you would. So thank you guys so much, as always, for being here. It's great having you all. And let me end our meeting. Bye, everybody.